All right, guys. Can you hear me? Give us a comment. Make sure we're working. Oh, let's turn that off. Okay. I think we're good.
Timer.
We were just talking about that today. All right. So if you've got comments, leave them in the side. We'll be watching them as we go along. We're not going to wait for a bunch of people to log in because likely some of you guys are going to watch this after it goes live. So we are just going to dive right in. But at any point you've got comments, April, that's your job over here. Okay. We'll cue in and then. All right. So we're gonna jump right in. If you're new, we're gonna start off with a really brief explanation of what all this is about, and then we're gonna go through some more details of the actual event first. So if you're new, this is kind of a two-part event. We start off at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This would be super brief. We're gonna have 500 Jeeps in there. You're gonna have donuts, coffee, water, and most importantly, the fun part is you're gonna have 500 decorated Jeeps to go about, walk around, mingle, and all hang out. And pretty sure the radio station will be there, and we'll have some other stuff going on there. If you need to finish up some decorations, it's a great time to do that. So then once we finish at Ray, well, we'll get into that in a second. Once we finish at Ray, we're going to move on to the Marriott Lincolnshire. Oh, I thought you were like, that's usually I'm missing something tap. Yeah. We're going to move on to the Marriott Lincolnshire. So that portion of the event, you do not have to have a Jeep to join. Anyone can join that portion. So please tell all your friends and family. The more, the merrier, because it means more money and more toys. So that portion, if you're not coming to the ride or you don't have a Jeep or you just want to go to the Marriott, that's fine. At the Marriott, that's where there will be a toy drop. Having said that, you can drop toys at Ray in the morning. The Marines will be there to collect toys. We'll get at all that in a second. But the Marriott, that's where the modern day Romeos will be playing. That's where we're going to raffle off the Jeep. That's where we're going to raffle off all these amazing items that you've been seeing my wife post. We've got face painters, balloon artists. I'm working on actually a Jeep caricature. How do you pronounce that? Caricature guy. And that is like literally fun for all ages. We'll have video games. Santa will be there. The Marines will have their own spot there. Food and drinks.
We'll have kids crafts as well. So little ornament.
Speak up loud because this thing sucks.
We'll have kids crafts as well.
So again, we'll get into the details. So that's kind of the event in a nutshell is two parts. Part one being Ray, part two being the Marriott. Part one, you need a Jeep. Part two, you don't. Part one, there's only 500 Jeeps. It's one ticket per Jeep. Part two is $5 tickets. It's a ton of fun for $5, and that's one per person. All right, so now we're going to get into the details of specifically what happens at each location. So we'll start with Ray, obviously. The lot opens at 8 a.m. I've had people say, can we just roll in early? Can we just do what we want and show up at whatever? We've also had comments before saying the pre-stage lot was full. Guys, there is no pre-stage lot. There's some unwritten spots that people will hide in, like Thornton's. But that is not technically a pre-stage lot. So I don't want to hear the comments that the pre-stage lot was full. If we can open the gates, if you will, before 8, we will. There's a lot of coordination that goes into that timing, and I won't get into the details just for sake of conversation. When you pull in, I see follow road crews directions. Yes, please. Here's another tip. Windows down, or at least one window down, and stereos down as you're coming into the area where the road crew is. We got feedback that the road crew's mean and they always yell. But if you're on Jeep 900 and you're yelling through closed windows and loud music for people to move or do your thing, they're not yelling at you. They're frustrated. So that will help just keep everything moving smoothly. Okay?
And remember that they are there for everybody's safety and to try and get our flow into and out of the lot as quickly as possible.
And if you have a new driver or you have a driver that's, on their permit, this day is probably not the day to put your permit driver behind the wheel. That's just my suggestion. Windows down, please, no horns, no loud music. Sounds lame, I get it. Once you're in the lot or once you're on your route, do what you want. And And the light bars, it's it is for turn them off. It literally blinds the road crew.
And don't blow your train horns either. The road crew is trying to direct people.
There's a great tip from Marcia. Don't blow your train horn. Here's another great tip here. For Pete's sake, don't blast your Mariah Carey. All right, so so the lot open, no windows, QR codes. You can have, in the past, you had to have your QR code on printed paper. You can have it on your phone. We've actually learned they scan even easier on the phone than they do on a folded up sheet of paper.
But that being said, have it ready to go.
Either way, have it ready to go. You can now put it in your Apple Wallet. So those Apple users, you can do that. Us Android users are still behind the times on that, but we got better cameras. Decorate your Jeeps at Ray. We've got the Marines will be there. They'll have a 7-ton truck. If you want to drop off toys, you're not going to the after party, there's an opportunity to drop toys there. That's fine. Otherwise, if you are going to the party, please keep the toys in the Jeep. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Coffee and donuts.
And then inside Ray, you can come and see me. I will be in there. I will have flags for sale, and I will also have medallions, as well as the Jeep raffle tickets. But guys, the merch will no longer be there. The merch will already be moved to the Marriott, so you'll have to pick that up there. But if you're looking for any of those other items, come see me inside the dealership.
And the last day to get merch at Ray will be Wednesday. Thanksgiving is Thursday. They're closed. And Friday no, I took it back. The last day is Friday. We'll be pulling it out of Ray on Friday. So if you want merch before the event, we'll pull it out of Ray on Friday. Otherwise, you'll pick it up at the Marriott, aside from the medallions and the flags. All right, so let's talk about the route. So last year was the first year for the new style where it wasn't necessarily escorted, I guess you could say. It's police assisted. We had 2 hurdles last year. One was Route 12 and 134. The lights actually went down. Talk about horrible timing, had nothing to do with our event. The lights actually just failed at that time when we left. So that unfortunately is nothing we can do. There was another 1 or 2 stoplights, which some of the people in the early crowd may have caught it. Some of the people in the later crowd may have caught it, that the lights were not held. So at the end of the day, here's what's supposed to happen. At any light that doesn't have a traffic camera on it, and it's a major intersection, we're going to have support at. Now, when the lights turn red, you must stop. If there's traffic cameras, if there's red light cameras, obviously stop. You're going to get ticketed, unlike past years where they were able to alleviate those. The lights that have traffic cameras on them, the Department of Transportation is going to be watching them remotely, and they're going to be holding the greens for us. There were a few intersections that failed last year, and I think that's why the Jeeps caught up to each other, which was good and bad. But this year, we worked really hard with the Department of Transportation, Lake County Reserves, Fox Lake, and Lincolnshire. The police officers, we've had countless Zoom meetings with this, and they have gone above and beyond to help us out. So huge thanks to them for the support. Doing it this way with the waves of 50, we have learned that I think a lot of people actually like the ride better. It's a little faster. B is we put on a great display. People still know we're there. They're going to still be waiting along the sidelines for us, but we don't necessarily interrupt everybody's life that day, and I think that's really good. So overall, we're going to take what we did last year and we're going to polish it, and I think it's going to be really good. So again, waves of 50. Now here's some things to note. Red light cameras we talked about. Hazard lights. You guys, when you put on the hazard lights, I get the reason, but on the Wranglers anyway, you don't have brake lights. The only brake light you have when those hazards are active is your center mounted brake light. That's it. So I would highly recommend ditching the hazard lights. Please don't put them on. You're probably more of a hazard with them on for those cars behind you, Jeeps behind you, than you are with them off. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, so let's see what else we got. Window flags. For those that have been here for 12 years, this is a broken record. Someone is going to roll down their windows with their flags in the window. Just put in, like, we put a piece of tape on the window button that says don't roll it down. If you're lucky, someone behind you will grab it and bring it back to you. We've had that happen, but mark my words, someone will roll down the windows and they will lose the flag. The route, I'm slacking here because I'm supposed to have this this up. The route is listed. You got it emailed. If you're not on the email list, please go to the bottom of the homepage and add yourself to the email list. Those of you who are on it know we don't spam you, but the route is posted. You want to know the route. Again, broken record. Someone goes home and takes 50 Jeeps with them. It's happened. So know the route. And the other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to just put Google into Google or even put the route into Google, because what's going to happen is Google's going to say, hey, there's a lot of traffic here. We're going to take you some other way. And then what happens is we get the emails and we get the messages saying, oh, there's no support and we're on, roads ABC. I'm like, well, ABC isn't on the route. That's why there's no traffic support. And that's why there's no police presence. So if you don't know the route, that will happen.
And
yes.
At Ray, there'll be a little bag that will have the route in it as well.
Get the route. That's a safety net. You're being
okay.
nice.
I'm giving you the safety net if you need it.
Don't use it, but it will be there.
Is it also, just for clarification, on the website and on Facebook?
The route is on Facebook. The route is on the website. The route has been in your email. Yes, it's everywhere. If you don't see it, post on Facebook, I'm looking for the route, and someone will nicely or not nicely point it out to you. I don't know. All right. All right. So now we get to the Marriott. We're going to talk about that for a second here. So the Marriott is going to be a little different this year. If you notice the red arrows, we came in last year. I don't think you can see my mouse. If you came in last year from Milwaukee Avenue and we made a left into Marriott Drive, this year we are going to come across Marriott Drive and we're going to cross Milwaukee Avenue. It's going to do a few things. We're going to have some more room to stack up Jeeps if necessary. But here's the more important part. Those of you who were there last year and not previous years, the toy drop was not set up the way it should have been, ultimately, in my opinion. So the thing of it is we want to. So the way that's going to be right here, the first red arrow last year is where the toy drop was. This year, the toy drop is going to be those two green squares or rectangles up top. And we're going to have it like we did at the Genesee Theater in previous years, where there's two lanes of traffic to go through. So the way this is set up now, we're going to have a lot more room to kind of get the Jeeps loaded into that Marriott without creating such a backup. And if we do have a backup, we're going to be in that industrial plaza on the Marriott Drive on the other side of Milwaukee Avenue versus jamming up Milwaukee Avenue. That is the plan. We are going to try and keep the right lane open here. And when we enter in on Marriott Drive into the Lincolnshire, we're going to try and keep the right lane open for those going to the theater. We're going to stay in the left lane only. But this, because
we are not the only event going on at the Marriott that day. So please be considerate of the other people who are trying to get in.
Yep. And so that will be good. And then again, we'll have two lanes here. So toy drop is going to go much faster. I know a lot of you guys towards the end, you were there hours late inside the event before you were able to enjoy some things. So we're trying to get everybody inside that Marriott as fast as possible. And I think we're going to really probably double the time we unload those speed up the time that we take to unload those toys.
Speaking of speeding it up, some things that you can do to help. Did you want to go over that? Or you want
hang on real quick. Todd, he's a lifer. He's got some ideas. Tether your flags to the sport bars with a string. So that's a great idea. He actually puts them on his back flip glass too, which is really cool. And he's the only one that I know that has all 12 flags. Even I don't have all 12, and I'm kind of bummed about that. So that's cool. So let's talk about the toy drop. So the toy drop, how do you speed things up? So please unlock your doors. This is going to be another place to turn down your radios and turn down your radios and open up your windows. So you can hear the road crew. There's a lot going on. We might need to move you to this lane or scooch out or whatever the case.
And yeah, follow the directions of the road crew and people who are leading you in.
Yep. And then so after this, once you get past those green trucks there, as soon as you go beyond them, basically that whole parking lot is going to be it's going to be yours to park. There's going to be basically no one there actually tell you where to park. I mean, there's going to be some assistance there, but so go ahead and just park and then come on in the main entrance, which we're going to talk about in a second there.
And on the toy drop, with making it quicker too.
Oh, yeah.
If you are able to put your toys, if you have a ton of toys, if you can put them in bags or boxes, it does make that unload process a little bit quicker. So we would appreciate that if you are able to do it.
Yeah, having them in a bag just makes it easier. And for that matter too, communicate with the team as you stay in the Jeep. Let the crew unload your Jeep. Please stay in the Jeep. And if they're in the back, say, hey, they're in my tailgate, open the tailgate up. If you got one toy, hand it out your window to them, right? So just
or the back seat or
whatever it is, just let them know where it is. So that process, the idea is just keep those Jeeps rolling. We've done this at the Genesee. It works really well. And I think we unloaded at one point like 700 Jeeps in under an hour. So there's no reason with the way the traffic is going to work this year, there actually should be small little intervals where we've actually caught up. So maybe they come in these little waves of 50. I get it. That's a pipe dream in a perfect world, but that's how it ultimately could work. Once you're parked, let's talk about the after party. So last year we were able to come in the side door by the band and by the down that hallway. This year we're going to ask you guys to come in the main entrance. It's probably closer to where you're going to park anyway. But when you come in the main entrance, you're going to go down. You're going to dead end at that Starbucks, and then you're going to make a right. We actually have a full walkthrough video on exactly where to go and what to expect. You can follow that. And I'm going to make a shameless plug. If you guys can, if you're not watching this on our YouTube channel, if you go to the Jeeps on the Run YouTube channel, do me a favor, give us a subscribe. It helps a little bit of my efforts that I pour hours into this channel. So anything you can do to help push our YouTube channel is great. But there's also a whole playlist on there just on Toys for Tots and these events.
So when you get in the door and you are heading in, you're going to have your QR codes ready. Remember, when you get to the Marriott, it's one QR code per person at this point, and have those ready. We will have people there to scan you in.
Yep. And I know last year we had some people like, oh, the QR code didn't scan or whatever. We've worked through all those hurdles. If there's a couple minute line at a rush, please just be patient. But we're going to have between 4 and 6 scanners, so it really should move quickly. But we want to make sure everyone gets scanned in. We really want to understand. We're trying to get, really collect all the data, how many tickets we sold, how many people show up. So be patient with us. There's a reason we just don't want to let just people flood in. Otherwise, it makes this whole thing pointless. And there's a reason you paid the $5 to get in. It's a donation. We'd really like to maintain that to make sure everyone's kind of paying their way and keep it fair as well. So QR codes. We have a video again of what's in each room, but we're going to show you this as well. So again,
get this in at Ray.
Yeah, so you'll get this at Ray, and this will also come out in an email, so don't worry. The right side is going to be your route and directions. It goes through all the little things we already talked about and what to expect. The left is kind of what's in each room. You've got the Grand Marquee and the Grand Ballroom. We've got the Modern Day Romeos and the Grand Marquee. If you haven't seen the Modern Day Romeos, they have a huge following, and they really put on a great show, and they drive a lot of energy. So you guys are really going to enjoy them. It's good for all ages too. So that's where all the general raffle items are going to be. Your general raffle item tickets are going to be there, and food and beverages. Should we talk about food and beverages now?
I think that would be a good time.
All right. So there's a few things. We've listened to you guys, and that was there was 2 things that there was one thing I screwed up on, and then there's another thing that we polished, and so it was my fault. I thought everyone was going to be dancing, cutting a rug last year, and I would probably want to sit down too. So we've over doubled the amount of tables we have this year. So you guys, we've got lots of seating, family style, get to know each other, but there's plenty of seating for everyone. Well, not everyone's going to sit down at the same time, right? But there's more than double the seating we had last year. I promise you that.
We'll still have food stations in both rooms.
Yep.
And speaking of food, did you want to address that?
Yeah. So we, since July, I've been working with the team at the Marriott, and without getting in the nitty gritty of it, I would say it's safe to say the food has basically been cut in half.
Close to half
Close
price.
to half price of what it
Right.
was last year.
So we won't have quite as many options, but the options you do have should be more affordable for you.
And
they're good
and they're good
options.
options.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
you're
good
making it
options,
sound
to
like,
be clear.
oh, it's
No.
porridge and it's $4.
No, they're good options. A lot of the same options. It's just there were a ton of options last year. We have a few less, but they are definitely more affordable.
And there's going to be a few less food stations as well to drive the cost down. There's going to be less staff. Last year, nobody waited in any amount of line for staff. I would agree that they were overstaffed. So not that they're going to understaff it, but again, if there's a few minute line to get some food, the Marriott obviously isn't in business to make money as well, but they are doing what they can to help us. And lowering this food cost was a major concern. And we did get there at the end of the day.
Which was awesome. And
so thank you guys for spent that hour on your feedback on last year on that survey. We listened to it. So thank you.
Thank you. And for those of you who were not there last year, with the food and beverage, you will need to purchase tickets before you go and get into the food line. So there will be food and beverage tickets for you with the pricing of kind of what things cost. And then you can go use those to purchase food.
And everything was really well laid out. Like it's going to show you where the ticket lines are. And so if you want, to April's point, you do need the tickets. That's going to be the same. But the ticket cost has come down and the ticket quantity has come down. So depending how you look at it, just about everything, not everything was cut in half, but it's
close,
greatly reduced. So thank you to the Marriott for listening to our concerns there. That was really good. So let's go back to this. On this, we're going to have kind of a lay of the land here on the right. Let me see if I can turn this off.
That's the schedule. The lay of the land is on the
well, the schedule, sorry. So again, this will be in an email, but to give you an idea, so from 12 to 1:15, Modern Day Romeos, and we're going to have the Marines on stage. So at 1:25 to 1:45 is something to talk about. Those of you who are going to be paying attention, April, do you want to talk about the bag raffle? This is always an exciting one.
This is a fun one. So with the bag raffle, the way it works is we have little, essentially like brown paper bags, and
they're going to be decorative Christmassy ones, but yeah.
Yes, that's the idea. And basically, if you are interested in purchasing one of the bags, you come to the stage, have $20 cash ready and in your hand, and we'll have a bunch of volunteers on stage. And then we will take your $20 and give you a bag. You're going to wait until all of the bags have been sold, and then you open them up. The bags have some of them small prizes in them, little trinkets, others
up to $50 on some of them.
Yes.
And the grand prize.
Go for it.
No, this is your baby.
I was going to say a scooter, but it's a 9-bot electric scooter, and it is amazing.
Yeah, it's like a $500 scooter.
Right. And it seems like it's like a little bigger than last year's.
All I know, it weighs like 100 pounds. Yeah. So the box is huge. So
it's an awesome price.
It's a great price. So if you are paying attention, bag raffle, you're going to want to be at that stage, and like everyone else who like kind of doesn't follow, they're like, what's going on, and they realize they missed out.
Be there, be ready. And again, the time, I don't want to say the wrong time, it was on that other,
it is right here. So bag raffle starts at
125.
Yeah, 125. Yep. So again, this will you guys are the first to see this, but yeah. All right, so let's hide this and let's go back to make sure we don't have any comments or questions over here. Accepting cards.
Okay, so most of the day we will accept cards.
Good question, Marcia.
For the bag raffle, it needs to be cash just because the process happens so quickly. We don't have time for card transactions there. But for normal raffle tickets, we will be able to, and Jeep raffle tickets, correct?
Yeah. So anything else you can do a card for, just not the bag raffle. Yes, we will be accepting cards. As always, cash is going to be faster for anything you want to do that day. But yes.
And we'll also accept cash and card for the merch too.
Live streaming. That's a great question. My day always spins. We should at the very least be live streaming the Jeep raffle, which we'll talk about in a minute. So we'll see maybe if someone wants to volunteer a live stream on that.
And we had somebody ask if we can post that schedule to entice their friends to come. And I think that would be a great idea.
Yes, so I will post a schedule. Absolutely. And again, this sounds like a broken record, but you guys, so this is only the second year that you didn't have to have a Jeep to join the after party. So it's somewhat new. So everyone's all wired to think, I don't have a Jeep. I can't come. So we really need everyone that's watching this or that's part of it. If you can let your friends know that you don't have to have a Jeep. The other thing that would be really helpful is if you go to our event page on Facebook, the 12th annual Jeeps on the Run Toys for Tots event, and you click on the invite tab, you can actually invite your friends list. And maybe it's even something on their friend that sees it. So it works exponentially. So I'm going to give you all a task. If you go to that event page and you click on invite and you click your friends list, we could exponentially drive that list very, very quickly. So do that. I beg you, please.
And it is always a fun kickoff to Christmas too. I feel like it always that's like my start to the Christmas season. So invite your friends along. It's great family fun.
And then also, like, we all, like, anyone who bought raffle tickets for the Jeep, you want the minimal amount of tickets to be sold because you want a better odds of winning the Jeep. But even if every ticket sells, we only sell 3,000. So, but I guess what I'm getting at is encourage those people to buy raffle tickets, because huge thanks to Ray, 100%. Everyone thinks that, it's proceeds go back to Toys for Tots. That Jeep 100% is donated by Ray. Not a single penny goes back to Ray. So every $20 ticket we sell is a $20 toy that we buy at a discount. We buy tax-free, and we buy with the Marines so we can pick the exact toys they're looking for. So that $20 ticket helps Jeeps on the Run and Toys for Tots more than you know, and you get the chance of winning a Jeep.
Win-win.
So please share that Jeep raffle. The hardest thing for me is getting that out there, because most people are all wired to think this is a scam. Everyone that's here knows that we will give that Jeep away on December 1st. You all know it. So please, it's verbally, word of mouth that really drives that. You buy them online. You don't have to be there to win it. I mean, it's super easy. It's a no-brainer. Those 3,000 tickets, we have 11,000 people in the group. I don't even know why we have 3,000 tickets left. It doesn't even make sense. At any rate, all right, so let's talk about I guess, is there more to the Marriott? There's just a ton going on.
Do you guys have any questions about, now would be a good time if there's anything about the Marriott or the process that you're not sure about?
Here's a question we keep getting asked about. It's overnight camping. So now rumor is there's a off-site lot that we've set up. No, just kidding. You can't camp in raised lot, but what happens after that's between you and Fox Lake. Although we have talked, I think a Jeeps on the Run camping trip would be fun. Sure as hell not in December, but I do like it. And to be fair, there are a few of you that show up on Sunday morning before me, and I'm not going to always put the huge smile on my face. So are there questions?
I haven't seen any that we haven't addressed yet.
All right, so let's see. All right, so where do the toys go? So last year, this was the first time we had the opportunity to see this thing the whole way through.
It was awesome. If you had the opportunity,
you guys, there was only a handful that volunteered. It was super awesome. Monica, I'll answer your question 1 second. That's a good one. It was super awesome. I've already posted the link for the volunteers. I'll post it again. So how this works, and I'll be really brief. I know it's not in my vocabulary for those of you who know me. But so when the toys leave Jeeps on the Run, they leave this event, and then we go and spend all this money we've collected at the event. We buy more toys. Can
I just explain on that process a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a lot of fun. The Marines out of Great Lakes Naval Base, we're kind of we go shopping at the tail end right before they need to deliver their toys. So they know what age groups they're low on. So we use the money from the event to purchase toys, not just in general, but specific age groups and genders, so that we can fill any gaps that they have.
10 and up right now is the gap, just so you guys know. 10 and up is the gap. So if you haven't shopped or you're shopping more or whatever, 10 and up is the gap. So yes, we take all this money, we do exactly that, right? Then, so at no point do we ever bring the toys back to our possession. The Marines literally take them from this location to the warehouse. What happened last year is I'll call it a pop-up store, and it was really cool. They had it set up by like gender and age. And so in order to be able to receive a toy, you go on on Toys for Tots, and you you fill out this form, and the Marines vet you out, and you get an invite. And so basically, these families were invited to go shopping. Now, some brought their kids, some were grandparents, some were parents, and they literally get to go through this store, if you will, and shop like they were shopping for. Well, they are shopping for their kids, right? They just don't have to pay. But it was really cool to see literally the same toys that came from our group filled this entire pop-up store. And you guys, if you have the opportunity, please, not even for like, it was just so cool to see. Like, there was one grandma who left in tears, and she's like, I'm beside myself that I'm leaving with gifts for my grandkids. Like, it was just the coolest thing. It would talk about feel good to see, like, from start all the way to finish. So if you have the opportunity, I'll pin the link, but it was clear, just
in Gurney. It's at Gurney Mills.
It's not in Gurney or at Gurney Mills, to be clear.
It was last year.
It's not this year.
Sorry,
things changed.
Not bad.
See, she doesn't pay attention either. See, you guys don't pay attention. My own wife doesn't read. Yeah.
Not bad.
This is why I have no hair.
Sorry.
All right, so we're gonna take a pause here,
yes,
Monica.
Wait, above that, hang on. There was
this one
QR code.
No.
The QR code for entry, just to.
So QR code for entry at Ray. Yes, you have a QR code, guys. If you don't have QR codes for your Jeep and for your Marriott entrance, and you registered, now is the time to be asking for it, because it'll be too late otherwise. But yes, you need one QR code per Jeep, and
have it ready either on your phone or printed.
Any tips for first timer? There are so many tips here that I would probably forget. This maybe we can circle back. Maybe this is actually probably a great post on Facebook, to be fair. But I would say being here is you're going to learn a lot in itself. If you're coming to the Jeep event, there's a lot of stuff that's changed. Have your QR code readily available. Make sure your decorations on your Jeep can withstand the traffic speeds. Have cash if you want to get into the raffles. We'll have credit cards, but cash will be faster. Again, have your QR codes to get into the theater. Listen to the road crew, volume down, ears up. Have fun.
Yes,
have fun.
Have fun.
Have a ton of fun.
Be patient. Yeah. Know that everybody the day of that event is volunteering their time, and everybody's trying to do their best, but sometimes things out of our control happen. So despite how much we plan, please be patient with us.
This is a pretty polished event, but yeah, just enjoy the day. Make some new friends. If you've never been, you're going to make a ton of friends. I've met some people on here that I would probably consider friends for life now. So just have fun. And
don't forget to check out the Jeeps at Ray. Walk around, check out the decorations.
Yeah.
Some people really do some amazing things, and maybe you'll get some good ideas for next year.
Doug Hubert. Doug Hubert.
Yeah.
Top off, tops down, doors off. There's always a few, you guys, and that's cool. I've seen a few that and we've had some miserable weather, and I've seen a few people just no F's given, tops off, doors down. It's great. It's family fun. Literally, it's fun for the whole family. I mean, there's food and drinks. There's Santa. The band is fun for everything. Yeah. There's kids activities. Bring the family.
There's raffles.
No
too.
Pets.
And that's true.
Leave Fido at home, please.
Good. So as far as the Marriott, that's Marriott rules. The other thing too, guys, is we are getting raffle prizes coming in, and thank you to everybody who has made that happen. If you have any raffle connections, anything, it can be big, it can be small. You're jumping
the itinerary.
Oh, all right. This is me not paying attention again.
See, this is why I literally have no hair. Most of all, enjoy the day. Agreed. So in the past years, we've had a lot of bystanders on the route. Last year was a little bit thin. But also last year was the first time that we did this route. So everyone's learning it again. So I think, yes, we will. We've had people already asking for the route because they want to stand out and watch. So yes, I think yes.
And I think that'll grow with time too on our new route. So last year we definitely had people out, even though it was our first year. I would imagine there'll be more this year.
Doug, I think that's you hiding behind this name. I'm excited to see what you come up with. So if you, Doug, you need to share your creations. He went from he made the news once, and then Next thing you know, there's snow blowing out of reindeers' noses, and it's awesome creativity. I absolutely love it. All right, so where were we? Pop-up store. We talked about how you guys can help distribute the toys. All right, so how can I help? And Stephen, I'm going to comment on yours in a second. Thank you, because this is a perfect segue. So how can you help? One, there's a lot of things you guys can do for absolute nothing, zero, little effort, and free. Is share the event, share the Facebook feed, share something, share it. And a lot of you guys already have, so thank you. And it usually works that most people that are on this feed are the people that don't need the directions, but maybe you can help me
spread the word,
penetrate into that audience that is not here and doesn't chime into this stuff, because we have 10,000 members, and for whatever reason, I think the algorithm on Facebook has changed. So at any rate, share the event. Like I said earlier, please go to the event page itself, the 12th annual Toys for Tots. There's a little button that says invite, and you can click a little button on your phone that says select all. Poof. If you got 5,000, you can do up to 500 invites at one time. So if you can do that and you don't mind blasting your feed with it, I obviously sure as hell don't. You guys all know that. It will help, and it'll increase. Even if they don't click going or interested, their friends might see it. So everything you can do to invite your friends to that is great. Share that raffle Jeep like we talked about earlier. Every $20 ticket goes towards buying a toy. You don't have to be there to win it. You can buy them online. We've sold some to out of state. It would be a total bummer if someone wasn't there when they won it. But if that meant selling all the tickets, the positive outweighs the negative of someone not being there, in my opinion. Invite others. Again, help me spread the word that you don't have to have a Jeep to come to the after party. The Modern Day Romeos has a following in itself. Hey, the Modern Day Romeos are playing. Come see them. Well, I don't have a Jeep. We don't have to have them. And it's only $5 to get in. You can't do anything. You can't go to McDonald's for what we're going to charge a family of 4 to get into this event. And it's all just a donation. So thank you. Raffle items. So where did we go? Here we go. So perfect example, Stephen. Thank you. This is huge. This is the kind of stuff that really helps us. Stephen, will you reach out to my wife or tag April Misak?
Yes.
And she'll coordinate with you on that. But this is the kind of stuff, maybe it's your employer, maybe it's someone you know, maybe it's a small business, whatever it is. All these little raffle items help. Everyone always thinks it has to be Jeep related. It obviously doesn't. That's a great gift.
And it doesn't have to be a standalone item. So don't feel like it's
nothing's too small.
Because we package them together and make larger packages out of most of the items anyway. So anything that you have is much appreciated. And
if you are a Thrivent financial member, it's probably too late for that, right?
Yeah, but for next year.
But there is something called the Action Team, and you can request to get it. We're both members and got some friends that are members, and it's an easy $250 gift card, and we can use it to buy food, or we can use it to buy raffle gifts. And those $250 gift cards add up really fast. So if you're a Thrivent member, you could get this $250 gift card, and you could spend it on raffle items or whatever. You can make your own raffle basket.
You can spend the money for that. So if you have any raffle items, I would like those at the very latest by the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And that needs to be in my possession so that we can start organizing everything into packages, making up the list for you guys, and then getting everything over to the Marriott. Should I talk about these right away?
Oh, yeah. We kind of skipped that one.
So
this is exciting, guys.
Yes. So we have raffle tickets, obviously, for sale besides for the Jeep for the other items. And a lot of times people have strings and strings and strings of tickets, and you're watching for your number, and it's taking forever because you're going through.
And it seemed to be organized by numbers last year. Remember, the 3s were up front.
Yeah, that was weird. That doesn't normally happen. But nonetheless, this year we are selling essentially raffle cards.
So what this is you've got one main stub with X amount of raffle tickets on it. So you'll have 10 of these or whatever it is.
Yeah, we have different size cards, but yes. So you will have 10 tickets all with the same number. that means that you only have to listen for one number for this card. So it's going to minimize, if you buy several cards, obviously you have several numbers, but it's going to minimize hopefully the time it takes as well to get through the raffles, and you won't have such a long string.
Which was kind of fun anyway, but it'll speed up that raffle ticket process for sure. Do we still need volunteers for Saturday? I think we're okay
at the moment, but if anybody
feel free to join.
Yeah, and if anybody backs out too, I can reach out to those who have asked me if we're still needing some.
Yeah, if you want to throw some ducks out the window for the kids as you're on the parade procession, that's always awesome. Let's just talk about Ray in the Scarpelli family and the Ray Auto Group for a quick second. So this is for those of you that are new here, we were talking about this last night. I can't believe the way time goes. This is our 5th year with the Ray Auto Group. And the partnership that we've created with Ray and the Scarpellis and the Ray Auto Group is nothing short of amazing. So this is the 5th Wrangler that Ray has donated. The first one was during COVID, and that was our first year with them. And man, he put his neck out for us. And we just had a conversation online about that COVID year, and everyone was stuck in their Jeeps. And I knew if we pulled through COVID, anything was possible, and it was awesome. But that was our first year at Ray. That was a pivotal moment at Jeeps on the Run. But they've donated 5 Wranglers, and when I say donated, I mean donated free and clear. Jeeps on the Run doesn't give Ray anything back. We literally order a Jeep. If you look at the window sticker, it says ordered from Mike Misak. It goes directly to Jeeps on the Run. He hands us the keys, and when you win it, he hands you the title. We don't give anything back. Obviously, you're responsible for tax, title, license. I mean, that goes without saying. That's not Ray. That's the state of Illinois. But at this point, he's donated over $250,000 to our cause. Jeeps on the Run has donated over $2 million to various organizations. And obviously, that's all because of you guys, too. Everyone that supports us makes it work. But I would highly, highly ask and encourage you, if you are looking for a Jeep, any kind of vehicle, that we've had Jeeps on the Run people buy Silverados at the Chevy store. The family's been in business for over 60 years, 3rd generation. There is a Ray boots on ground basically every day there. They truly care. Is the dealership perfect? No. Is any dealership perfect? No. Do they 100% care about each and everyone's experience there? Absolutely. So I encourage you to give them your opportunity, or give them an opportunity to earn your business, because they're in this for the right reasons, 100%. And if you got to know the Scarpelli family, you would agree. They are truly a giving family. What they do for Jeeps on the Run is actually very small in the grand scheme of things of what they do for the entire community.
Yeah, they're very.
It's unbelievable. If you follow their social media feed, you will see what they do between Fox Lake, Johnsburg, Spring Grove. It's unbelievable. So, please, yeah.
And somebody asked if Buddy is going to be there. So for those people who
have Marsha.
I know.
Oh, you can let's say somebody. She has a name.
Gosh. For those of you who have not been before, Buddy the Elf is like a staple of the day.
He's traveling and he's coming back, and he'll be there for the event, as far as I know. Yes, 2020 was an absolute epic time, considering what we did. We were really close to not doing it that year, and I thought if we don't do it, it's going to be the beginning of the end. And we pulled it off, and my gosh, you guys all sat in those Jeeps. I couldn't have done it, so hats off to you. So yes, thank you to the sponsors. So real quick, we're gonna go through that because they all deserve a recognition. Without the sponsors, the after party wouldn't happen. Without Ray, all this stuff doesn't happen without the sponsors, but it also doesn't happen without your guys' support either. It's the whole thing that makes it work. But so real quick, so the in-kind sponsors, we got Patel Septic. They are donating the bathrooms, the porta potties. We've got Get Sharp. She does all of our website work. And a lot of this work that she does, and she's putting all these sponsors up on the website and sending out these emails. She does a lot of this free of charge for us. So huge thank you to Carrie Sharp for that.
And the website has really come a long way for those.
We talk almost daily to give you an idea how much time I eat up. Ambio EDU, if you have seen our commercial on like someone saw it on ESPN twice yesterday, a good friend of ours, she works for that company and donated like a $4,000 ad spot. So that's incredible. Thank you. Then moving up, we have our Jeep Wave sponsors. We got Apt. They donated to the cause and discounted a lot of the items that we purchased thanks to Old National Bank's money, which we'll talk about in a second. We got Myers Outdoor World in Fox Lake. We got Black Lung Brewery in Fox Lake and Round Lake. And stay tuned. We're going to have some stuff going on with Black Lung. And we have Lot Links. They are a dealership program. So they jumped on board on Ray's coattails. So thanks to the relationship there. Actually know the manager there, and he has supported us for a number of years. He used to work with cars.com and supported us back in the day as well. So he's been following us for a while, so super generous. We've got Maximus 3, who supports us quite a bit on a lot of different things. They make some really, really high quality stuff. If you're looking for aftermarket products for your Jeep, we use them. I've got to know the owner personally. Really great people, family owned. Zebra Technologies, one of our members here, another perfect way. She reached out to her employer, and they became a sponsor. So thank you. Dear friends of mine, Dante and Jennifer Houston, they became a sponsors just as a married couple and a family to support our cause. So thank you to that. Ride and Shine Car Wash, probably the best car wash in the area. These guys, they are amazing. Also owners of B&B Auto. They've supported Jeeps on the Run since inception. So thank you. Olson Auto Body and Towing. That's thanks to our friend Doug, and he works there. And again, reached out to his employer. So thank you for that. Volo Auto Museum. They've actually supported this event ever since about year 2. And they became a sponsor this year. So thank you, Jim there. Jim from Modern Day Romeos works at Volo. So a great tie. Volo has really done a lot of great stuff. So check it out. And we've got JM&A Group, and we've got Auto Trader. JM&A is a great support to their dealership network. And the Scarpelli family has a lot of deep roots with the JM&A Auto Group. It's a great story sometime. So they helped on Ray's behalf. And Auto Trader obviously is a customer of Ray's, so they chimed in as well as a sponsor. And then we've got our Sahara sponsors. We've got White Rabbit garage, basement, commercial flooring. So they do everything from like your reorg, your garage, basement floors, garage floors, which I want to have them do my floor. So awesome. They're going to be first-time sponsors. These people will have a booth, so go check them out.
And actually, all of our Sahara sponsors.
Not all of them.
Okay, sorry.
Well, they're not all of them. Rome Exterior Restoration is our second. This is their second year, and we've actually had some Jeeps on the Run customers who have used them, fire, flood, that kind of stuff. Marie's been great to work with, so huge thanks to her. Our friends at Nielsen Enterprises. Not only did they become a Sahara sponsor, they also donated that awesome bike I shared earlier. Old National Bank, so they are a Sahara sponsor this year, as well as they donated $1,000 for us to put towards raffle items. So you've seen things like TVs,
we have an Uni
pizza oven,
an espresso maker, the scooter.
Yeah, lots of good stuff.
Yeah,
lots of good stuff. So huge thanks to Old National. They've also been a huge support of us for probably about 8-9 years now. So thank you. Smooth Performance Off-Road. They do tires and wheels. They've got an amazing selection of stuff in stock. If you're looking for them, they open up a beautiful new shop right in McHenry, right next to Ride and Shine. So keep those tires and wheels clean. You can mate that package together. They will be at the event as well. Chicago Auto Trade Association and Chicago Auto Show. They supported us this year through a fund that they have through a donation. So huge thanks to Chicago Auto Show. Has obviously been a great support to Jeeps on the Run along the years, and we really partner. We really value that partnership. Revolutionary Gear and Axle. They are on their second or third year supporting us. They will have a display there as well. When it comes to gearing, if you're looking to do some re-gearing, they are definitely the brand to turn to. They have really kind of moved all the competition out of the way. So check out Revolution Gear and Axle. A&B Roofing and Sheet Metal, as these are a local company. They're actually right across from Olson Auto Body. If you're in the Fox Lake, McHenry area, you will see this logo just about everywhere. And they're another company that really, really supports the community. And this is a perfect example. So thank you. And then we've got Race Sport Lighting, who just merged with Stinger Lighting. I've been friends with the owner of Race Sport since they first sold their first set of light bulbs, and I've watched them grow. And they've got a great business, great lighting business. They will have a display as well. So please check out all of these sponsors that are displaying at the event, because obviously we'd love to be able to showcase them. And again, we still have room for some other sponsors. Probably not if they want to be a Sahara sponsor, that's fine. But we're running out of the line as far as getting logos on prints and stuff like that. So, do you guys have questions? Am I missing anything? Did we cover what way we pull into Ray? We did not, Marcia. That is a great question. We're going to do. If you've been there last year, we're going to do it the same way last year. We're going to rinse and repeat. You are going to pull into the south side of the Chevy building. So you're going to pass the Jeep dealership. If you're coming in, you're going to want to be coming in from 12 going north. So if you're coming from 12 south, come down and make a U-turn or turn around at some point and get on 12, turn around and be heading north, past the dealership on your right-hand side. Have that QR code ready to be scanned, please. Yes, Connie, thank you. So Connie, she deserves a shout out, to be fair. Connie,
big shout out,
helps with everything. We spent 2 weeks at McCormick Place for the past 2 years manning the Chicago Auto Show. And Connie was
have done it without her.
Connie was my anchor down there. I mean, she spent 12-hour days down there. Connie is like, she pours her heart and soul into these events. So thank you. We will have the Jeep, and we'll be collecting the toys for the Jeep at the Martinis and Mistletoe event, which is the day before. Yours truly will probably not be there because we'll be setting up at the Marriott that day. But Connie will be there. She'll have raffle tickets for the Wrangler to purchase, and you can drop off toys. And there's a ton of other great stuff. There's a first time for this event. I am, as of January 1st, I'll be the president of the Chain of Lakes Chamber of Commerce. This is a Chamber of Commerce event. And so shameless plug, come support it. There's a lot of great local businesses. I think it'll be a great time. And I think it'll be a really huge success. Hats off to our executive director, Therese Mathis, who puts that together, is going to head that up. So go say hi to Connie, give her a big hug and say thanks. And then that night, there's a night parade in Fox Lake. I'm probably not, but a definite maybe on being there. Scott Rosenberg from Ray CDGR is going to be your point of contact that night. That is an event on the page. Check out the Facebook event. You go ahead. You're going to say something.
No. Go ahead.
Connie can't make the run. I think that's because you're coming to the after party, right? You're not ditching me, are you? Yes, Connie is a special soul, 100%. And she always comes with ducks and cookies and like super friendly things. And then I feel like a chode because I don't ever have anything nice like she does. What other questions? Craig, you're one of them. You show up to all this stuff too. So thank you. Thank you for your support. That's the kind of stuff that, that definitely makes a difference. So
guys, we're really excited to see everybody. Yeah, your support and being there is what makes this event go.
So are there any other questions? I don't even know how long this thing turned to be. We're at an hour. It was brief.
Mike and brief don't go together.
There's a lot of information. And I know it's confusing for newbies, and sometimes we take it for granted. Like, what people are like, well, what is this event? And I'm going to be like, how do you not know? But it's really easy not to know, right? And there's a ton of information. It can be confusing. By the time this event kicks off, there's 5 or 6 different events that other people make for this event, So if you have questions, post it on the page. People were asked, see, I forgot. You're right. I'm going to screw it up. It's called Keeping Us Covered. At any rate,
close, but not there.
I'm sure I'm not. At any rate, bring diapers if you think of it. So the diapers will be there's a diaper drive, and it's actually pretty cool. It is not necessary. Like, so this year they're doing one. This time of year they're calling it Huggies for the Holidays. But it's not just kids; it's adults. It's even feminine products. But they're focusing on diapers at this time for this drive. But the not-for-profit organization is actually something I think would be cool to do something with in its entirety, aside from Toys for Tots. But if you think of it and you're able to bring some diapers, you can bring them. There will be a representative from. You're looking it up, right? It says it's on that thing.
I can't read that. I can't pull it up.
Will be a representative from the organization at the event. So bring your diapers inside if you'd like to donate, please. That would be awesome. Thank you, Marcia. You always have the great questions. That's a no on camping. I mean, you could call the Fox Lakes to the police department and see what they say. I think it would be absolutely hilarious. Nielsen's just did an open house the other day, and it was $25 for the first 25 people. And someone parked an RV at their parking lot. So, I mean, I don't know. You cannot park anything in Ray's parking lot. That will be a clean slate, and it will be towed before you're even out of that vehicle if you think about leaving something there. There's actually a funny story there, which we'll tell at another time. But can I send post directions? Yeah. So, I mean, if you there will be a video. How's that? We're going to share a video that shares all that. I will share something. But if you're heading north, you won't miss it. You won't screw it up. They're not going to let you enter the wrong entrance. Just know that just head north on 12 towards the dealerships.
And you'll see people in line. You'll see people flagging you and directing you in. So
So don't even worry about it. But it's going to be the entrance that's just south, just before the Ray Chevrolet building. But yeah, just head north on 12, and they will guide you right in. Thank you so much for your feedback. It's people like you guys that make it work. I love your profile picture, by the way. That's something that's really cool to me, is seeing like everyone's like what they take out of it. So if you ever have a cool story or something that like hit you that day, like I really love hearing those stories, and it makes all of this hard work kind of like worth something, if you will. If you go to our website, there's actually a place where you can submit your story about, like, it could be anything from your first Jeep to what something you liked at the event. But you guys share your story with us. It's cool. I like it.
Yes.
What's that?
Is Ray giving out awards for Jeep decorations again?
I jumped. Sorry. We'll have a new theme and costume for this year. I cannot wait. Yes. Good. These are all good questions, guys. Yes. The answer is yes.
We will be announcing them at the first.
So you'll get tapped on your shoulder at the. We handed them the gift card at Ray, right? Or did we? The answer is yes. We'll work through that detail. How's that?
I thought we did it at the Marriott.
Well, I know, but we handed them the award at the Marriott, but I thought they had already gotten a gift card.
Maybe.
Anyway,
we'll get back.
We'll get back to you. Yes, there's going to be. Don't hold me to this. It's going to be like best vintage Jeep, best decorated Jeep,
best combo.
I don't know. We took one out. We changed it a little bit. So I know there's at least that too. Someone's going to win a $50 gift card towards Ray. You can use it towards anything. Yes, you could use it towards purchasing a new Jeep or a T-shirt or a hat or whatever, in their swag store. So yes, this was a good one.
That is so true. Bring Kleenex because you're going to cry when you pull in and you see all the toys that were donated.
The Flag Museum. This is true. You take those down, I believe, when you travel, don't you? Because I would be sad to lose one. But if you're looking for someone that's going to have all 12 flags, the Flag Museum will be on the VIP side. So anyone who has been here for all 12 years gets automatic VIP access. I think that's more than fair for the amount of time they've spent And Todd and his wife were gracious enough the first year to help us move raffle prizes when we used to make 5 stops. I don't even know how we did that. That was dumb. Bring Kleenex because you cry. The toy unload is unbelievable. When you go through it, go park and watch it for a minute
It's
and
amazing.
just absorb the amount of giving that comes out of these Jeeps. It's unbelievable. I mean, you guys, it's crazy. This started out with bringing 1 toy in our first year. April's brother-in-law drove a Suburban, and we thought it was awesome. We filled a Suburban, and we joked someday we'll need semi-trucks.
And here we are.
And here we are. You know, I actually feel bad. We didn't say anything about the semi-trucks.
Yes.
So I won't tell the whole story again, but the folks who own the semi-trucks were complete strangers a few years ago, and now they've what's the word I'm looking for? They've committed to help every year, and they come out of Wisconsin. They're seasonal. Their business is seasonal, so they don't have loads that they're doing in the winter, and they truly do this toy drive, and they bring their trucks, and they come out of Wisconsin, they load, and they wait in the parking lot, and then they go and they unload the toys with the Marines. And these guys haven't asked for a dime. And after the first year was COVID, and the truck driver, actually, I never even met him that first year. I was looking for him, and he's like, I'm not coming out of my truck. I have COVID. The guy with COVID showed up that year and still helped us. And he's like, whatever you need, I'm in for life. So Tyler, thank you. I seriously thank you, because we couldn't do it without you guys. Huge help. Yes, it's a long day, but it goes fast, if that makes any sense. And it's an absolute ton of fun, and it's a lot, but it's fun. So Tyler, right? I mean, you can't say enough good about him and his family. And the one year I remember he showed a picture on his workbench the night before, and it looked like an exploded clutch and transmission everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing? He's like, I'll still be there tomorrow morning. He rebuilt his clutch, and that truck still rolled that next morning. Yeah, it was unbelievable. The semi trucks that we had set up fell apart in the 9th inning, and this guy calls me through the powers of social media, and he's like, he had no idea who I was, didn't even own a Jeep, had no idea what the event was. All I knew is we needed semi trucks, and he's been a rock ever since. So that was definitely a feel good story, and it still is. So for sure, still is. We missing anything else?
I don't think so.
Thanks for all who've been here for any amount of time. Welcome all the new people who are joining. It's a ton of fun.
Can't wait. It's going to be an awesome day.
And it's coming super fast. So share, subscribe to YouTube. And if you got any raffle items that you're willing to donate, reach out to her, please. And if you don't have your QR codes, you should be messaging me or emailing me like Stetamundo, because I get a lot of messages like that night before, and we're setting up, and it just doesn't. It's one of those things. If I can, I will, but please don't email me on Saturday night asking me for QR codes. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just we've had a lot of people, and some people bought them back in October or August and forgot them.
The food options again.
Marriott
was awesome. I can look it up. I'm on it.
Hang on, we'll tell you what the food options are, and we're going to maybe add 1 or 2 things to that thing too. I don't think it's set in stone, but we'll at least give you an idea.
Give you an idea. And again, in case you weren't on here earlier, the prices did come down.
Oh, look, I like that Facebook picture too.
All right, let's see. All right.
If you are shopping for toys, 10 and up is some of the gaps they're looking for. Steven, I saw your message here. Can you message my wife, April Missack, or you can send an email to me. I'll forward it to her, Mike@jeepsontherun.com, if you can't find her.
And then I'll coordinate with you about how to how to get those. We can meet up or
So
whatever.
if we email's easier, if you have a gift card you want to email or whatever, we can print it. You can just do mike@jeepsontherun.com is fine.
Okay.
Go ahead, you got food?
Yes, I've got food. Okay, so the tickets this year are $3 a piece rather than $6.
So that in itself is half.
Right. A hot dog is an Italian sausage would be 2 tickets. Pizza's 2 tickets. Cheeseburger, hamburger are 3 tickets. Pretzel stick with cheese, 2 tickets. Bag of chips, 1 ticket. And then brownies or chocolate chip cookies are 1 ticket as well. And just a little comment on the beer and the wine. Beer and wine prices are the same as last year, but just to be clear, that does already include gratuity. So those prices include the gratuity for the bartenders.
Yeah, so that includes a service fee. So we had a question last year as to why was why was a drink a little bit cheaper at the bar versus inside the rooms, if you will. And so the reason is it includes a service fee. So if you're purchasing a drink, if you want to leave them a tip, you can. I'm not saying
But
don't.
the tip is already included.
But it is included in that price. That is why there's a difference from the bar to there. So keep that in mind. So let's see here. I still have my Tots flag from the first run in the ready these days, but still use any from getting the original ones. I wish. The only guy I know that's got him is Todd, and I'm waiting to pick him off so I can get him from him. I've got a few extras from previous years, but certainly not from all the way back. And I think Todd's even got the one from the summer run we did. So no, like I said, if you're looking for the flag museum, you're going to talk to Todd. We will have any extra flags that we have from previous years will be for sale, discounted at merch. The other thing, we've got some great stuff too. There's windshield banners. You're good.
Bye guys.
We've got some windshield banners that are for sale on our website. Those I have some that will be there, but we will also have some windshield banners that will be for sale the day of. We've teamed up with Pixie Decals for that, mostly because he does a great job, but he manages that side of the store. So if you go to our website and you look for a windshield banner, you can pick the color and size and everything else, and then he just ships it and he donates a portion back to Jeeps on the Run. So in those prices, we do get a portion back. He will be on display selling with our merch that day, selling those windshield banners, and then we do have hats and we do have some of the medallions. People, so 2 quick questions, and at this point, I'm probably rambling, but 2 quick questions that people ask is, why can't I buy my merch online? The hoodies, the flags, the t-shirts. Well, the problem with that is because I've got to ship it out, and shipping out all that stuff in the middle of this, I'll be honest, would never happen. It's just too much work. So that is why we don't have stuff available to be shipped out. The other question I get a ton of is why do we make you have to be present to win the raffle tickets? Now, you don't have to be present to win the Jeep, so bear that in mind. But all these other raffle items that we bring, literally like we had 2 Pro Masters last year bringing these raffle items in, right? So if you're not there when we call these raffle items, we've done it in the past. We didn't have to be present to be there or to win it. I've got to take it home. And then when I take it home, I've got to hunt you down to get your raffle item that you've won. And then I got to schedule it. Then it sits on my porch. I'll say, hey, come pick it up. Here's my address. Then it sits on my porch for 3 weeks. And then it gets rained on. And then I pull it back in. And then someone shows up and says, hey, my raffle item's not here. And I showed up 3.5 weeks later. Like, these are all true stories, by the way. So the reason is that becomes a huge headache. And it goes on for weeks to have people come and pick up these raffle items that they weren't there to take home with them. If someone wants to manage the raffle items, not having to be present to win, I'm all for it. I know for a fact we would sell more raffle tickets, and I get that feedback all the time. I would buy more raffle tickets if I'm not going to be there or whatever the case. But please understand, that is the why. When this event is over, there's still so much work that goes into it, from accounting, from buying toys, from all this stuff. This goes on for another 2 to 3 weeks after December 1st, and getting the raffle items back home and to their respectable people. It's a never ending process. And if you were with us from back in the day when everyone used to get a bag, I was to come home with 50 bags, and then don't get me started. If anyone would love to join that and team and manage the raffle prize distribution after the fact, I would gladly say you don't have to be there to win the raffle items, but that is the why. Yes, Don does awesome work, and he will be there. I've full made up, ready to go for Toys for Tots. Thank you, Stephen. That is a great gift. So thank you, Connie. I don't know if you guys live near each other or what, but thank you, Connie. I just probably need to get those. We'll connect, Connie. If you get them, just let me know. Emails me, whatever. So guys, again, thank you for everything. And I think that's it, unless there's any more questions. Remember, share that event, subscribe, sell those cheap tickets, QR code, tell all your friends, whatever it takes, $20, explain to them that someone's going to win this Jeep, and 100% of it comes back to Toys for Tots. And that $20 really probably turns into $25 by the time we're done spending it on discounts and tax-free, maybe even more. So huge thanks to our sponsors. Huge thanks to Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and the Scarpellis. 5 years. I have no idea where that 5 years went. It's absolutely insane. Charlie will be 12, and when we started this, he was 6 months old, and it's incredible to see how far this has come. But I want it to be polished. I want it to be even better and bigger. So I need your guys' help to do that. Tell everyone you don't have to have a Jeep to be at that after party. Let's make it absolutely huge. Bring your diapers. We'll see you December 1st. I'm sure you'll see my ugly face on here once or twice more before then. If you have questions, comments, concerns, whatever, throw a post up on Facebook. If you know the answer to someone's question, put it out there, because that helps me too. Bob, thank you. What we need help with most stuff I just talked about, the sharing, the talking about it, the raffle tickets, the inviting the friends on social, that stuff helps more than you guys know. The raffle items, that's another big one. Physically help. We again, I don't know if you're signed up. My wife said that we will be doing load in at the Marriott on Saturday at about noon, I believe, is when the rooms become available to us. So if you'd like to join there, you're welcome. But that for the most part is probably where the bulk of the help can come from. Sharing that event and telling your non-Jeep friends to come join us. Speaking of Jeep friends, if you don't follow Josh Prey, the comedian, he's got like 3.5 million followers. Be following him. He's got something I don't know yet, but he's got something coming for us. So, Carrie, thank you again. We'll see you guys December 1st. If you guys got questions, let me know. If you're not on the email list, sign up for the email list. You guys will all be in the know. And thanks for hanging out with me for an hour and a half. So, and we're good on load-in. Is that the case? I think we're set. I mean, if you want to join, yeah. Oh, Ann said, yeah. I think we're set. I got you. Yeah, I think we're good there. We've got enough volunteers there, so we should be good. I know you guys are coming from a distance too, if I remember correctly. So, so yeah. Thank you guys. Subscribe to that YouTube channel too. That helps me. I've spent a lot of time and hours building that channel. So anything you can do to support that, just give it a subscribe, give it a like, watch a video or two, whatever. It all helps my efforts. So, all right, guys, as always, thank you. We will see you December 1st. If you got questions, you know where to find me. And again, thank you all for your support, because this is going to be another awesome year. It's early this year. Next year, it's a week later, and I am looking forward to that extra week. So thank you guys. Enjoy your night, and soon to be a happy Merry Christmas for all these kids. So thank you guys.